let's talk a little bit about your mentor. I did look that up. The certification class was through him.
Right.
I know. So he has a class that he certifies.
Right.
And then you basically pass on the skill set.
Correct. So he has so shout out, man, first and foremost, like you said, my mentor, Chuck Smith. I've been working with Chuck, man, for over maybe about 5 years now. And, he's been a blessing in my life, man, because he's really, yes, I was certified through him, but I would say more than anything, he taught me a lot on the business side.
Right.
How to make the money.
And that's important.
100%, man. That was the biggest thing. Me playing the position, having success early in my career. I knew a lot of the as far as the progressions and how to teach.
Yeah.
Because I'm a natural teacher. But like I said, on the business side, he really showed me a lot, man, and that's something I'm forever gracious for. But yeah, shout out to Chuck, man. That's the OG. He's really the innovator of pass rush. Honestly, he's worked with anybody you can think of: Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Max Crosby.
His guy right here.
Anybody you can think of, man. I'm pretty sure Chuck has touched.
Yeah.
And that's my goal, man.
I think Kayvon.
Yeah. Kayvon Thibodeau, man. Like I said, anybody you can think of who's had success, more than likely they've been through Chuck, man. So. He like I said, he's really one of the innovators and pioneers of changing the art of pass rush.
Right.
He worked with Osi Umenyora back in the days, played for the Giants.
Yep.
Shout out Osi, that's one of my good guys as well. And they really took that cross chop to the next level.
Right.
So cross chop is the most modern pass rush move that everybody wants to do now.
Okay.
Aaron Donald really put it on the scene, let's say the last 5 years. He was great at it. But Osi was really one of the originators who pulled that cross chop out. And even back in the day, John Randall, Warren Sapp, they did it. But like I said, Chuck and Osi, they really innovated the move, which actually took it to another level, man. Yeah. So, yeah, man, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest. He's the greatest.
How much are you, I talked about this with Andrew, one of the NBA skills trainers we had.
Uh-huh.
Were you watching your clients play pro, college? Are you and jotting down some notes, or are you breaking down film,
always,
chopping it up?
Always, man. It depends. But I prefer to watch the game and take notes then, so I don't have to go back and rewatch the film. You know what I'm saying? But nah, definitely, man. I'm usually texting my guys halftime. I'm a stiffler, man. So they can get a sack, but I'm like, bro, you could have done this better. You see what I'm saying, to make that more effective. So it's a part of the culture. Like I said, I know I can be very anal. All my guys know that I'm Mr. One more rep.
Yeah,
we're gonna do one more rep every time. And I'm definitely, every time I'm watching, I'm always looking to how can we be more effective. You see what I'm saying? How can we be more efficient in our movement? How can we be more efficient in our moves? Because to be successful as a pass rusher, you got to have great fluid movement. You got to be able to plant, bend, change direction. And then essentially what separates guys in the NFL on all levels, you got to have moves, man.
Yeah.
Guys who only bull rush, the strong muscle guys, they don't get too many sacks. But the guys who got an arsenal, a bag of moves, they're the ones who get the sack. That's where the money is, man. So if you want to get paid in the NFL, you got to get sacks.
And now, as far as even the pro, whether it's the pro guys that you work with, college guys, or even the high school guys, is there any criteria that these guys must fit in order to work with you, or certain things that you just like, hey, effort and this it's not something I want to deal with. You have to come here and bring that, or the energy's gone.
No, 100%, man. I definitely don't work with everybody.
Okay.
It's an inside joke, but first and foremost, you got to be able to afford me because I'm not cheap. I tell people that all the time.
I let them know.
Because,
it's a business.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing I learned in this business as well. I'm not cheap. And let's just talk about just the marketing aspect. When you go to the Publix and you look at maybe one dish soap compared to another soap, automatically the dish soap that costs more, you're going to assume is a better product. You see what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So, I pride myself on doing great work. Being punctual what I do, being a student of the game. Even, I've been in this industry for over 10 years and I'm still a student of the game, and I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to continue to advance this game of pass rush. So, but yeah, to go back to that, no, I don't want to work with everybody because I want to work with the guys who are going to be consistent first and foremost.
Right.
Because in this industry, it's about production.
Right.
So I can work with 100 guys, but if those guys don't produce,
agreed, yeah.
It means absolutely nothing, man.
That's
You see what I'm saying?
valid,
So I definitely want to work with guys who are consistent, who want to put in the work, who are humble. Who are students of the game, and they want to learn, man, because that's what it boils down to. Like I said, I have no success. The money is cool. You see what I'm saying? I've been in this industry. I've made good money, but it's about the production, man. Like I said, I'm a natural teacher, and it brings me a lot of joy, man, to see a kid. So I got a guy at USF right now named Jason Vaughn.
Okay.
And I want to say he's maybe in his junior or senior year. He's still got another year.
Okay.
But he sent me a text message a couple weeks ago, and he's like, man, Coach, I really appreciate you for everything, man, because throughout my first 3 years at USF, I had 2 sacks, and I have 6 sacks this season.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So just that production and knowing that I can take a guy from, literally nothing and building him up to be a prominent pass rusher, like that's where I get my joy.
And giving him the confidence to do it.
And that's what the majority of the job is, building confidence in these guys. You see what I'm saying?
I was about to say it because a lot of these guys, when they get to a place, they can lose confidence. If they're not, they're used to being dominant from wherever they came from, 100%. And then they get there, they're not. They're constantly being right on, and it's tough to maintain confidence. So
and the confidence is built off reps.
Yeah.
The more and more reps you get, the more success you see. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors, that builds that confidence will come to game day, man. So you hit that on the head.
And those are the things that I love about this, man. Getting those kind of texts,
it means everything to me.
Because again, not only does it show that what you're doing is working, right, and productive, but you're giving the most valuable asset you have, your time.
100%.
And you want to know that that's being, that for me is every time I get one of those texts from a kid that I've worked with or something like that. It just makes my day.
No, I agree.
Because I genuinely feel like, man, I got someone better, or and they also showed the gratitude behind that. 100%. Like they understand it, and that is why I think I do what I do, or why I like to do what I do, and you like to do what you do.
100%, man.
Right? And a big part of the thing I love about this too is just hearing stuff like that.
Right.
This is why I have fun sitting here, having some whiskey, and listening to your story. This is what it's all about for me.
So that's one of the service I offer as well. So we create a pregame pass rush plan.
Okay.
So for example, like you said, we talked about Nick. So going to their first game of the season that he was playing, I went back and watched film on his opponent. So I watched maybe 2 or 3 games, and I'm looking for all tendencies. Right. I'm looking for every single thing. That's one thing that I know is Lamar Jackson. He likes to wipe his hand on his towel every single time before he throws the ball. If he does not wipe his hand on the towel, it's a run play. I promise you, I've seen it 1,000 times. So those are the things we're looking for, man. I want to understand tendencies, how these guys are blocking you, what is the quarterback doing, how are they giving signals. But I want to give my guys the best opportunity every single play. So based off of those tendencies, we create the pregame pass rush plan. So like I said, I go back and watch the film, maybe 2 or 3 different games. I'm looking for how the offensive linemen are setting on you, what kind of stance they're in. Are they heavy in their stance? Are they light in their stance? And then from there, I'll meet with the athlete. So we'll sit down. I'll watch the film previously. Then I'll meet with the athlete, and then we'll watch maybe a game. I'll have all the cut-ups. We'll sit there and watch a game. And I want to show him the tendencies that we're talking about. Yeah. And then from there, we create a pregame pass rush plan with moves. So now we understand the tendencies. These are the moves that are going to work for you to be successful based off of what they're giving you. You see what I'm saying? And that's one of the things in pass rush. A lot of guys get stubborn. You see what I'm saying? They're good at one thing, and they only want to do that one thing. Yeah. Now, granted, if it's working, if it's not broken, don't change it. If you whooping a guy's ass in one move, you continue to do that shit all day. But a lot of the times, you have to adjust. And some guys, they can be very stubborn in their rush, and they don't want to change up what they're doing. And that's where there's kind of fundamental disconnect. But like I said, doing your homework early, creating a plan, understanding what they're doing, how they're trying to block you, and understanding what moves are going to make you be successful. Man, that's where it's at. All of the greats.
Man,
all of the greats.
It sounds like you can't lose with you you can't lose with you, man. Hey, you got it all panned out.
My guys like to say, if you want to get sacks, Sack Sensei is the place to be.
Sack Sensei is the place to be.
Definitely, man.
And this is the time to give a shout out for the people that want to get in contact with you or just figure out how to because you said you don't want everybody,
right? 100%.
Right. So what does it take? What are these credentials that we're going with?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, got to be able to afford it. That's first and foremost.
That's key.
Got to be able to have
That's
that
key.
money.
Can't forget that one. Let's start there. Top of the line, money.
Can't do it. I got 2 kids. And they got to be fed as well, man.
Exactly.
So, I pride myself on
keeping the wife happy.
100%, man. Definitely. But like I said, first and foremost, you got to want to work. You got to want to work, and I don't like the guys who think they know it all.
Without giving any names, have you ever cut somebody off because they weren't working?
100%.
But they were doing everything else, but not working hard
on
enough?
Every level, bro.
Yeah.
NFL, college, high school. There's plenty of guys that I asked not to come back. I think moving forward, we both can, find, better opportunities for each other. You see what I'm saying? But no, definitely, man. Like I said, it's about the consistency.
Agreed.
And getting the reps, man. So, if you're consistent, you want to be done. And that's the thing. You got to want to be great. You see what I'm saying? Some guys, and especially when it comes to NFL, some guys are just happy to be there. You see what I'm saying? And to each his own. I'm not here to judge anybody. At the end of the day, you getting a check. Football is a game. That you have a privilege to play 100%. Yeah. So some people use it to feed their families. Some people want to put on a yellow jacket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, if investing in yourself is something that you're interested in doing, putting in the work, being consistent, being open to learn, putting in the hours, man, those are the guys that I want. So, you know, for anybody watching this podcast, man, if that's something that you're interested in and something that you want for yourself, on Instagram, you can reach me at Sack Sensei. I have a website, segsensei.com. I'm on Twitter. I'm pretty much every platform, man. So you type in Sack Sensei on Google, you'll be able to find me. So I'm based out of the South Florida area, located in Davie. Shout out to my man, Nick Hicks, man. Nick Hicks is one of my close friends. He actually owns the facility that I'm training out of.
Okay.
And they're just opening up a new space, new gym, huge, nice turf.
Same area, different area?
Same exact area. Same plaza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's called Perform.
Perform,
Perform, man. So they love to say, don't just play, come perform. So shout out to my man, Nick. You know, he's a great partner of mine. We've been working together, and I'm excited for some things that we're putting together moving forward, man. So it's been a great year. I'm excited.